Yo, what up, guys? Travic here. Very recently, I started leveling a new character on stream, and a lot of people commented on it. They said, "Hey, man, what are you doing? What are you playing?" Well, I gave them a rundown what I was planning to play and how I was going to do it. And a bunch of people said to me, "What's your plan for currency?" And I said, "Well, currently, I'm out of currency, and I'm going to go spend some time, and I'm going to farm on my main character." And they said, "Okay, well, what are you going to do?" And we started talking about the Atlas tree and what I'm doing and how I'm juicing my maps. And well, it's a question that I answered a lot, so I figured I might as well make a video and share to you guys what I've been doing and how I'm making my money. First and foremost, I'm making my money in two very specific ways. One, I'm running a ton of Sakemis. It's my favorite content. I think it's the best money in the game, and I absolutely love it. And two, when I don't feel like running that and I don't want to do carries and I just kind of want to do something else, I'm running the Atlas. And today we're going to talk about the Atlas. And before somebody says, "Where's your weapon and where are your gloves?" I'm using them in the other character to level. They'll be back, don't worry. So my Atlas tree is pretty straightforward and simple. Currently, I have a ton of points for Expedition. I'm still looking for the last Expedition boss. I have a ton of points for Breach, and I have a ton of points for Ritual. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the points in Expedition, Ritual, and Breach are the best use of the points, but this is essentially what I've been doing. Pretty much my breaches, I have it so that there's more monster density inside the breach. I have the chance for additional breaches, and my breaches have more monster density, but open and close a lot faster. They're also giving me a ton of breach splinters. Breach splinters, I sell all of them. I don't even bother to run the guy. I just get a bunch of splinters, make the stone, sell the stone, make a little bit of money. Same thing when it goes down for Expedition. I have Expedition as one big explosive. I drop it, blow the Expedition up, kill the mobs, loot all the stuff, keep going, sell all the stuff, and keep moving. And then I have the increased quantity of logbooks. As I get more of the last 2 points, eventually I'll spec into just increase artifacts and increase rare expeditions and coins, and then down here to more prefix and suffixes. But for now, this is where we're at. In Ritual, we have it so that Ritual altars spawn 25% faster, more chance for omens. We want to have more chance at audience with the king. And then we have it so that Ritual altars in your map allow favor rerolls. And then I've been kind of like messing around and trying to see what I really want for the last points. I think having 4 guaranteed rituals is the best bet. Some people say having the additional wildwood monsters is the best bet. And some people say skills from your rituals and to have it be defer sooner is the best bet. I leave it up to you where you want to put points. I would really encourage experimenting, but this is where I've been messing around and what I've been doing. As far as Delhi goes, I didn't even bother doing Delhi. I hear a lot of the nodes are broken, and it's just not content that I've been doing a whole lot of, so I've just been kind of leaving it alone. As far as this side of the tree goes, or this Atlas tree, we're doing something very specific. First and foremost, our goal is to juice our maps as much as possible. So we're aiming to take all these 3% effective explicit modifiers on our waystones. You'll see that we have them here, down here, we have them over here, we grab the 2 over here. And that gives us 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27% increased effect. Very strong, very good. We also have the opportunity to maybe sometimes possibly see better currency drops. It's along the way, so we take it, it's fine. We have a bunch of just small nodes to give us more pack size. We take 3% increased effective explicit modifiers on your waystones for precursor tablets. We take quantity of precursor tablets found in our map to hopefully maybe find those unique precursor tablets. We have 20% chance for double effect of our precursor tablets. And then we just take effective precursor tablets. These nodes up here are very strong. Precursor tablets are going to be the main way that we juice our maps. They're going to be very, very, very important, and I'll show you why in a second. Down here, we get a bunch of rarity of items in our maps found. We get increased quantity of waystones. We really don't have map sustain problems, but it's along the way, so we grab it. Down here, we get more rarity of waystones. Once again, it's along the way, we grab it. And then more quantity of items found. There are 2 big nodes on the tree. First and foremost, we have unstable energies. Waystones have 25% more effective prefix modifiers or 25% more effective suffix modifiers when opening a map. If we hit the prefixes, we're golden. If we hit the suffixes, we feel really bad. All the good stuff is in prefix, and that's one of the cool places to be. Now, there's this other node that says corrupted waystones are corrupted an additional time when you traverse a map. I don't know how good this is. I really like it. Sometimes I hit these and my maps are a little extra difficult, but we're lightning spears, so it doesn't really matter. And sometimes I hit this and it feels fantastic. You get an extra mod on your map. It feels really good. They're corrupted again. I don't know. It's a node that I'm messing around with, and I'm not sure how good it is, but it's something I'm currently playing with. Now, the last of my points you're going to notice are down here in Wisp. A couple of things. First and foremost, at the time of recording, we know based on the podcast that Jonathan did with Co-Carnage and all of them that Wisp aren't working as well as they should. They're slightly undertuned. That's first and foremost. Second off, GGG has put out a post of what's coming next, what to expect. And they've stated in that they're going to be working on Wisp. They're going to be fixing it. They're going to be reevaluating it. It's coming up. You know, there's big plans for the next focus. And then they're just going to give us a rundown of what's coming out. Now, they even released this article. I'll post it down below for you. And it says that, where is the Wisp line? There's a Wisp line in here. It says that the first improvement is around loot drops. The three main changes you can expect to first mitigate unlucky streaks from bosses in the campaign by raising the floor quality of the drops. And the second is to increase the quality of drops from bosses overall. And third is to improve the drops from possessed monsters via the Wisp. So we know Wisp aren't doing good, but I have them currently. I think Wisp are really good. My biggest gripe with Wisp is they're slow. They move slow. You have to get them into the rare. It kind of sucks. I like Wisp a lot. Now you're going to notice I have a couple of things going on. I have increased chance to contain Wisp. There are three types of Wisp. There's like a rabbit, a bear, something else, and something else. I don't know what they all are. I just know there's three types of them. The rabbit one is the one that we want. It's the unique one. It respawns. It goes into monsters. You get a ton of loot. There's actually Reddit threads about the It's Merry Wisp, and people have done insanely good with the Wisp. As Merry Rabbit. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the Reddit thread for you. But it's been a wild ride. So I have this article that I'm gonna post down below in the description for you. This gentleman was doing Wisp, and he found the rabbit Wisp, and he dropped 99 rings and 2 uniques. So there's a world where when Wisp work, this might be a reality more often. And I'll include this down below for you guys to read. But I like the Wisp a lot. I think the Wisp are insane, and I don't think we're giving them enough credit because they're slow and they're painful to do. So if we give it more credit, I think it'll be a lot better. But overall, we have more chance at Mirror's Wisp. We have more chance here, more chance here. We have Wisp increased area of effects, slaying Wisp monsters, and power as Mirror Wisp 25% faster, so they move a little bit faster. More chance for Wisp, 25% increased rarity of items dropped by possessed monsters. Possessed monsters in your map have a chance to release another spirit, and then just more chance of Wisp. Now, I've been playing with these nodes and they feel really good, and I'm assuming they're going to get better based on that post. I don't take a specific color here because I want them to have even chance, and I don't want to reduce the odds of getting that rabbit Wisp. So that's overall what I'm doing. Now that we know our tree, let's talk about how I'm mapping. Essentially, the way that I'm mapping, you're going to notice right here, is I map in a straight line until I get to a tower. So you can see I did that right here. I mapped all the way into a straight line until I hit a tower. When I hit a tower, I reveal, I run it as a 6 modded map. I reveal the tower and I see what's around me. In this area, we noticed that I had a bunch more towers. So I ran a straight line again to the tower and then ran a straight line again to the tower. Once I revealed this tower, this tower, this tower, and this tower, I was able to juice my maps. Now, ideally, what you want to do is you want to map in a straight line until you find a tower. When you find a tower, you hope it's next to another tower. So you want 2 or 3 overlapping towers. And that's something that you can look for in the Fog of Mist. Like, so next, after I do this area, I'm going to come down here for these 2 citadels. But you can look around in your fog for towers. Like, there's 1 tower there. There's a citadel. There's 1 tower there. And you're just essentially just looking and going in a straight line for areas that have overlapping towers, because that's the key. The key is to find areas like this. So this area here, you could see if you could see these outer curves. All of these maps are affected by increased quantity of effects from the precursor tablets, and they're all juiced to the moon. So now I get to run all of these maps, and they all have breach, expedition, ritual. They're irradiated, and that's the best part. So every time you run a tower, you could put in 3 precursor tablets. And those precursor tablets, if you've never seen them before, they look like this. And they give you maps in the range contain expedition, breach, bosses, the whole 9 yards, and you can really roll some really nice one of these. If you're really lucky, these will roll with quantity on them, and you can see I have one here. It rolls with increased quantity of items found, and if you run 2 or 3 of these inside of a tower, it starts to feel really good as you stack all those effects up, especially when you have 9 precursor tablets stacking on top of each other. It is insanely powerful. So let's recap. What we do is we go in a straight line till we find a tower. We run a 6 modded map to unlock all the slots for the precursor tablet. we look for other towers within range and we find areas of maps that are overlapping on towers. Once we overlap our towers, we take precursor tablets based on the type of content that we want to do. Ideally, we add a lot of content to our map. If for me, for example, I'm adding all the content. We have Ritual, Expedition, Breach, and Bosses. And then, if there's room, we irradiate the maps to give them +1 level. And then we run those maps that are in the radius. Once we complete all these maps, we do the same thing and look for another section. Now, I found out about this late and I didn't get to use this on this section here, and I wish I had known about it, but there is a way to run your maps twice, and I didn't know this. This was brought to my attention today when we started talking about the Atlas tree, but this Visions of Paradise map says completing irradiated maps in range removes the radiation instead. Pretty much what that means is this tablet will give 17 maps. It'll make 17 maps irradiated, and any map that's irradiated, when you complete it, you can run it again. So if I had known about that in these 3, I would have put tablets so that I can make sure. So like this one tower hits all these maps, and then this one tower hits all these maps. So if I just use these 2 towers, irradiate all these maps, and then use this tower to make them all cleansable, I'd have been able to run my maps twice, which would have been amazing, and that would provide a whole lot of juice. Now, this is what I'm going to be doing. My plan currently is to run the rest of these maps, get this area nice and cleaned up later tonight, farm some currency, and then go find another batch of towers to start running them again. And that's overall the plan. We're just adding as much content that we can to each and every map. We're rolling our maps to 6 modifiers if we can run 6 modifiers, and we're looking for prefixes on our map that really give us extra benefits. Ideally, when you're rolling your maps and you're looking for stuff on your maps, you really want to try to find these prefix modifiers that are really good. So like increase rare monsters, quantity of items, rarity, so forth and so on. You really want to try to like run maps that provide you that really good ability. So like this map, for example, has just like more magic monsters, more rare monsters. Fantastic map, happily run it. Corrupt it, pray it doesn't completely bricks, still has rare. Oh no, it doesn't. It still has rare and double magic monsters. We're golden. I thought it removed it. But as long as the map doesn't go down to tier 14, we're happy. As long as the mods don't change, we're happy. And ideally, it would go to 16. But overall, that's what I've been doing. That's how I'm farming my currency as a chemist. And I just wanted to make a quick video to run you guys through my mapping strategy. If you have questions or there's a way I can be doing it better, either or, leave them down below in the comment section. Happy to discuss this further. Or you can come stop by the live stream. I'm going to be doing some mapping on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm going to be leveling up a new character to bring in the maps. And overall, we'll see where the game takes us. But for now, friends, I wanted to make a video about my mapping experience, give you guys some insight on what I've been doing in my spare time, how I've been farming my currency, and well, maybe, if you guys want to know more, you want me to expand on it, let me know and I'll be happy to do that. But for now, friends, if you made it this far in the video, please don't hesitate to leave a like, a comment, do all that fun stuff, click on that notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next one.